We all know that currently things are getting really tough due to the pandemic and recession that is currently going on in the world today. So in this video, I have put together some side hustle ideas that if you currently have a job, you can do on the side. And if you don't have a job, it's something you can capitalize on and make good income from. So if you're interested, then definitely keep on watching. Just a bit about myself before we proceed. I am that side hustle queen. I've got a 9 to 5. I'm a YouTuber with 2 YouTube channels. On top of that, I'm a hairstylist, a fashion designer, and I train people on these things that I know how to do, and I make money off of that as well. And some of the side hustles that I'm going to be sharing with you today are things that I've actually done, and I know that they do work. Not all of them do, but of course, some of them I have done, and I know that they actually pay. So number one, what can you do? What skill do you have? Every human have a skill. It could be craft, it could be hair making, it could be barbing, it could be sewing, or probably you think you don't have such skills. It could be writing, it could even be talking, it could be eating. Yes, of course I said eating because you can actually make money from almost anything. It all depends on how you package yourself. We are going to get to that. So maybe you love writing or you love organizing, anything at all that you think you can do, you can actually convert that into a money-making source for yourself. Yes, I mentioned eating, and you may think that sounds a bit trivial, but there are people that actually make money eating. There are people that actually eat for a living, if that makes sense. Don't worry, we get to that. There are means you can actually do these things and make money off of it. It all depends on how you package yourself. If you're still finding it difficult to figure out what actually you can do to make you money, then don't worry. I'm going to break things down a little bit more for you. So my second point, YouTube channel. I have been talking about these things a lot on my channel lately. YouTube enables you to turn your passion into profit. It doesn't matter what you can do. If you say you are not so good with crafts, you're not so good with making physical stuff, you could be able to entertain, you could be able to dance, you could eat, you could sing, you could talk, you could do anything. Whatever at all you can do, which I believe there is something in every single human that you can make content on. Be it cooking, be it fashion, be it fitness, anything you can think about at all. You can decide to make content on these things and create a YouTube channel for yourself. Not many platforms out there pays like YouTube do. Of course, I know Instagram, for example, don't pay you. WhatsApp don't. Twitter probably don't pay you. You probably make content on all of those platforms. That short video you make and you post it on your Instagram page, those selfies, those pictures, those are content that you're posting on there, and you're probably not making money from them. But if you post on YouTube, you have the tendency of making money for yourself. Of course, a lot of things goes down to making content on YouTube because you have to actually do it like you're doing it real well. I have so many tutorials on my channel to put you through on how to get started with YouTube and do it successfully. If you want to check that out, I will post the link in the description box for you. I'm always saying that YouTube is for everyone. There is no one that can say that there is nothing they can do on YouTube. There is absolutely nobody. I mean, I have seen channels that are created based on eating. Like you see people cook their food in their house, they bring it to the camera and they're eating. You know that sound that the mouths make when they eat? That's what probably their viewers find entertaining, and you see them getting millions of views on those content. So tell me, what is it that you can do? As long as you know how to do it well and package yourself, you can make money with it. YouTube is what you can actually create and do whatever else you're doing along the side. You can have a 9 to 5 and be creating your content here on YouTube and making yourself some extra money in the process. Those small amount that you will be getting while you are still a small YouTuber is actually going to be an addition to your pocket if you have something else you're doing on the side. And in the long run, you may even not need a 9 to 5, depending on how you're able to scale your business. I've made a video on my channel on how much YouTube paid me for a video that made about 200,000 views. If you haven't seen that video, you can go and check it out. So probably that can give you an idea how much you can earn here on YouTube. And if you're also already putting the YouTube channel into consideration and you don't know how to get started with it, I've also have videos, couple of videos already now on how you can start a successful YouTube channel and a couple of things that you need to know in order to get started. So make sure you check out those videos. They're going to help you understand these things a lot. The next side hustle idea I have here for you is in the beauty industry. Listen, the beauty industry is one of those industries that are recession proof. People will always care about how they look. So do you know how to fix hair, barb hair, fix nails, lashes, and all of those things? You have to put those skills together and start making them profitable for you. If you've been doing them for free for probably friends and stuff like that, or you just think that the skill you have in that regard is not enough, then it's not a reason for you to just relax and, not make money off of it. You can develop more on whatever level you're in those things, as long as you're interested in it. Probably you fixed a couple of weeks for yourself in the past. You can pick it up from there. You can brush up on those ideas. You can learn online. You can learn from people. And from there, you can develop a really good business that can earn you good money. You can simply start by making those things that you know how to do for your friends free of charge, just for you to get better in that specific thing, which was the way that I started with mine. I was making hair for my friends and family for free, and the hair looked good. And when other people see them and they ask who made that hair for them, they recommend me. And when they come to me, I charge those new people. This is what I started years and years ago, so I've been a lot better over the years, and I can tell you now that I charge $150 just to make a braid. That's how much money you can actually make doing these things. There are things that actually truly pay. Lash technicians, for example, charge between $30 to $70, and in some cases even up to $100. Just for an installation that takes about 30 minutes to 1 hour. So you can imagine that. If you need to learn a little bit more just to update yourself on those skills, do it. There are several free resources online that you can actually use to learn. Here on YouTube, there are so many tutorials on several things that you can learn for free, so you don't have to actually put money up front to learn these things and even to get started. So get those skills together and start making extra bucks for yourself today. And once you feel you're perfect enough to start getting clients, you can start advertising yourself on Facebook Market, on your page. There are beauty groups almost in every city. So you can find those groups and advertise yourself there on your Instagram, on different platforms that you can actually use to sell yourself. This is how you can get started, and that's how you just build your business without having to spend money upfront. So the next side hustle that I have here for you is graphic design. I sum so many things up into this particular one because it can include logo design, animation, video editing, photo editing, and several stuff like that. If you don't know how to do these things at the moment, you can just pick any of them that interest you and learn various software on them, and you can start making money for yourself. These days, there are so many people looking for this particular skill because the world is just getting more and more digital and tech every single day. People are starting YouTube channels, Instagram businesses, and they're looking for people to design their logos for them, to edit their video, to do several things for their businesses. So there is just so much demand for graphic design at this moment. Like, I recently hired someone to design my logo for me. I could have hired you if you were doing it. And there are several platforms and websites where you can advertise yourself for doing these things. If you already know how to do it, you can just sign up on platforms like Fiverr or Upwork, where you can actually sell yourself and you can start getting clients right away. Or you could create websites for people. You don't have to be a programmer to do this. There are websites that are very intuitive that almost anyone can just jump on and create websites. And there are several business owners that probably they are too busy or they don't want to do these things themselves. You could be the one to do this for them and charge them for it. So next side hustle, this could be for someone that can't really do crafty stuff. And this is waitressing and bartending. People underestimate waitressing and bartending a lot. I don't know why, but guys, there is a lot of money in waitressing and bartending. I haven't done it before personally, but I know a lot of people that are into this. Believe it or not, there are people that are getting $50, $200, $300, or even more per day on tips. This does not include their take-home salary at the end of the month. I'm talking about, those extra tips that clients visiting the restaurant give to them, and it belongs to them. They take it home for that day. Imagine taking $100 home, $200 home in a day, and this is out of your salary. Though the type of restaurant that you are working in could actually affect how much tip you get, so you may want to choose wisely when you're choosing a restaurant to work with. And those restaurants that you can actually get more tips tends to be those restaurants with pricey menus. So if you want to get a job as a waitress, you may consider checking the menu of the restaurant where you're applying to. The next one here is space renting. There could be that space in your house that you're not using so often. You can decide to rent that out on Airbnb for some money. Or probably you don't have any spare space in your house, but you're traveling for a while. You can rent your apartment out for that period of travel. Let's say you're traveling for even 3 days or a week or something like that. You can rent out your space on Airbnb. So that way your space don't just sit there while you pay the money for the period that you actually don't stay in the apartment, if that makes sense. One fun thing about this is if you rent out your space for just 2 weeks that you're not around, you could actually make the amount of your rent for the entire month. That means you make extra money that actually covers your rent for that particular month, which could have just gone without you making any money at all. You just have to sign up on Airbnb and rent out your space when you want. And if you're a student, depending on how tight your budget actually is, you may consider getting yourself a roommate, depending on how comfortable you are with that. But if you're able to do that, that means you are able to split the money between both of you, so you get to pay just half of your rent. The next side hustle is writing. Some people are just so good with sentence construction, grammar, structure, and generally those writing skills. Don't let those writing skills just waste off. You can become a freelance writer as a side job, and you can write essays for people, you can update resumes for people, you can write blogs. Writing is another thing that is actually making a lot of money lately because there are so many bloggers out there. There are even people that pay writers to write captions on their posts for them. You can make so much money as a freelance writer. My husband writes articles as a side job, and he charges between $300 to $400 per article, and he can write up to 2 of that in a single week, depending on how tight his schedule is. So you can imagine how much money you can actually make just for writing articles. What you can do in order to get started with that is to sign up on websites like Upwork, iWriter, FlexJob, Blogger Pro, and so on and so forth. Just go ahead and Google these things that I'm mentioning if you really want to try them out. Next side hustle. This one is a very interesting one. It's interesting, but it's actually an ongoing thing that if you can really tap into, you can make real good amount of money. Though it may not be something you can do extensively, but you can actually make very good amount of money in the meantime. And this is mask making. This is what is up right now, you guys. I personally make money from mask making in this period, and you can still do that as well, because I know that people are valuing the use of masks more in this current situation. People are shopping online for masks, people are buying masks for their families and stuff like that. And some countries are even making it compulsory for the citizens. And I feel that the demand for face masks is not going away anytime soon, because even though we are not required to wear face masks forever, it is still going to be required in some public places, especially in places like airport. So get up and make those masks and make some money for yourself. It's pretty easy to make. If you don't know how to make it, you can watch tutorials online. You can watch my tutorial. I have a couple of tutorials on how to make face masks on my second channel. Next side hustle here is babysitting. Do you love kids or you have experiences with kids? You can help watch over kids around you and make money from that. There are so many busy moms out there today that are looking for who to watch over their kids for them while they go out. You could be that person providing this service and making some money for yourself. You don't have to be a mom in order to do this. I know that there are some countries with regulations as to babysitting kids. Probably you need to get a license or stuff like that. But I also know that you are able to keep a certain amount of kids in most countries without having those licenses. As long as you're not getting like 10, 15 kids all together at once to watch over, you may not need a license. So you may need to check the law in that regard in your country, and then you can simply get started. And again, you can simply put yourself out there by advertising yourself on Facebook, on some mom groups. You can just, put up a post there like, hey, I have a couple of experiences with kids and I'm open to take your kids for you and blah, blah, blah. And you'll be surprised that you're going to see people contacting you. And that's how it just gets started. Extra money for you. So the last side hustle idea I have here is rent a friend. There is this website called rentafriend.com that people actually go to hire a friend. Not friend in the literal sense, but this is more like an accompany. People go there to hire people that can accompany them do stuff. Probably they are new to that country, immigrants migrating to a specific country, and they are new. They don't know where to get things done. They don't know how to find their way around, basically. So you can sign up on this website to become that friend that people come to hire, and you can actually get paid for this particular service. So if you feel you know a lot about where you live, you know much about how to get around, where to get things done, what people should do when they come, the government rules and all of that, then you can probably check up this website and see if it's available in your country. Then you can sign up for that and be that friend that people hire. All right, so most of these side hustles that I've shared with you today are things you can actually start right away without having to have some huge amount of money. Some of them you can even start without having any money at all. And there are things that are actually trending at this period, especially in this pandemic. So try to put all these things into consideration and see which one you can actually do to start making more money for yourself today. So if you found this video helpful, remember to hit the like button and comment your thought down below in the comment section. You can also share the video with whoever may need the video. And I hope I see you again in my next video. Again, my name is Dami and you're watching Senside. Goodbye.